Hey, everybody. Happy New Year, and welcome to AJS News.
2020.
2020. So,
edition.
Before we jump into that,
the most important word from our sponsors ever.
Best one.
Oh, hey guys. Thank you so much for purchasing the YouTube OnlyFans. Like what you see? As a token of our appreciation, we too wanted to give back to the community. Oh yeah, this batch is ready.
We're gonna be rich! Guys, we don't need to do this anymore. We just got approved for the YouTube join button.
What the hell? What are we gonna do with all this?
Oh, I don't know. Put it away!
Unless you guys still want it.
That was by far the best sponsor we've ever had, huh? No?
Alex?
I saved you a bottle.
No! Guys.
What are you drinking it, you sicko?
No, it's just water.
You make me sick. Obviously, we're joking, guys.
Well, some of us are joking.
But no, really.
Surprise.
So, obviously, we've got the new join button on YouTube. It's just a way for you guys to be able to directly support the show. I know some of you may know that I was recently dropped by my managed channel network, Disney, Maker. Why we were dropped?
We're not Disney
I don't know.
material.
Yeah,
Not as
apparently
friendly.
not.
And, when that happened, all of my videos got demonetized. I was freaking out.
Oh.
I got the cell phone. I was like, Joe, I'm freaking out.
What's going on?
What's going on? And we got it back. It took like a day to get that back. And then I had to go in manually and re-enable everything. And I think things are going well. But I think, the ad revenue might take a hit. It's different because we're on our own. We're basically independent. But when that happened, it really made me realize, that how vulnerable I am, and on YouTube, it could just all end one day.
One policy change, and then everything.
Exactly, and there's policy changes going all the time on YouTube. And so I just said, you know what? We need a backup plan going into the new decade. And I don't want my content to have to change. I'm always worried about, what I say, how I make it. I want to make my content the way I've always wanted to make it, just the way I always made it. Mm-hmm. And so this is, if I had a core group of people who were just supporting us in the background, that would give us sort of, we wouldn't be so fearful of, that kind of stuff happening. So we decided to open up the join button on YouTube if you wanted to contribute and support the show directly. And I realize, YouTube's not the best place. It's just kind of a one-stop shop for some people. And if you don't want to support YouTube, give, what is it? I think it's 70% goes to us, 30% goes to YouTube. If you don't want to support YouTube, we will also open up a Patreon. And so in these two places, you'll be able to support the Angry, and you will not get one of these. Actually, Joe, you do whatever you do whatever you want to do. If you want an OnlyFans, Joe, go ahead. But I'm gonna take 10%, right? Because I discovered other Joe. I'm your pimp. No, I'm gonna. Anyways, so we just wanted a way for you guys to support and this doesn't mean that we're gating off any of our content, like we're putting angry reviews behind a paywall or a movie reviews. None of that. Every single series that we do here at the Angry Joe Show, completely free, will always be free. Mm-hmm. This is just a way for people to directly support and donate and form that backbone of the Angry Army that is a membership service, so that we know there's always enough for us to keep going. Mm-hmm. But we do want to offer those people something. So at the end of our credits, in every Angry review we do, we'll put like producers, we'll put your names if you are a member, and we could do little non-content stuff. So as long as it guys, I've been doing this for 12 years. My hard drives are filled with stuff that I didn't use and alternate takes. I could go through a lot of that
Goofy
other
costumes.
Bring stuff out
Things
from
that we
the
had to
vault.
throw away because you started giggling in the middle of
Yeah.
it. You know how many giggle breaks
yeah.
that we have to take? And
So bloopers,
Yeah,
basically bloopers, alternate takes, little silly ideas that just do not work in the overall video, and we can throw these up from time to time. Now, I don't want that taking up any of my time. I want to focus on angry reviews, movie reviews, just the way the show has always been. So what we'll do is we'll like compile it all like in a monthly thing, right? When we do a monthly Q&A, we'll do a premiere of our, of all this extra footage that we didn't use. So just some extra incentive for those people that do want to go above and beyond the Call of Duty and directly support the show and keep us going and form that backbone to know that we can make the videos however we want to make the videos. And going into this next decade, we could keep doing it, whether YouTube wants us to do it their way or our way. It doesn't matter. We're doing it our way because you guys are supporting us. So please very much consider either hitting that join button on YouTube or going on over to Patreon and using their service and supporting the Angry Joe Show, guys. Yep. Scary, but it's also extremely exciting. Obviously, a lot of other creators, a lot of my friends have done this, and they say that it's great, it's liberating, and they get to do.
We get to make the content for the people who love the content. We don't have to worry about the advertisers going like, "You said too many naughty words." It's like that's like all of our vocabulary.
Or that joke you can't do, like this joke we just did. I think it's gonna get age gated on YouTube. Who knows? So we just like to do.
It's not going to help me at all. I know.
Yeah.
I'm terrified to look at the comments.
All right, guys. So that's it. Please consider it. Click the links down below if you're interested. If not, just keep watching the show and supporting us that way. All right,
Thank
guys?
you, guys.
Yeah. Great. Well, let's jump right into the news. Story time first. So in the 90s, there was this fear called Y2K. Now, what it was through computers were set to have just 2-digit years in the date, and they were worried that when the 99 went to 00, the world would crash. So people built bunkers and
planes would fall out of the sky.
People bought canned food and just hoarded water.
I know most of you know this.
Yeah, it was nuts.
But there are.
But it turns out it's a real easy thing to fix, and every computer software ever has planned for this.
Is
it
an easy fix?
It should be an easy fix. WWE 2K, Y2K edition, had some issues
Stopped working.
it just stopped working for a full day. Now,
It's 2020. The very name of your game.
is 2K, yeah.
I
It
don't know
stopped
where they
working
got-
when the year switched over to 2020 because in the coding, right?
To be honest, it wasn't working all that well before it was
No.
2020. Like you had
With all
my
the-
favorite is the people spinning around in the ring, and then man, it was a glitch.
What
It was
a-
a glitchy nightmare.
What a piece of shit.
And it was real fun to see that it even just stopped working for a full day. Now they fixed
God
it
damn.
because they realized.
Obviously.
But I feel so bad for these developers. It's like, oh, what's your resume? I don't want to say.
Yeah.
So, no, what did you work
What
on?
did you work on, Joe?
WWE?
Two-
2K?
Which one?
19?
Yeah.
Oh.
No.
You're
20?
fired.
20?
But you haven't hired me yet. You're fired.
Seen your work.
Yeah. So it was terrible, but it was kind of a fun thing to see for one day. They
Yeah.
quickly fixed it, and
Oh,
and then now
God.
the 5 people
So
who want to play that
Y2K
game.
comes back to
Game-
bite us in the
Yeah,
ass.
it took 20 years for Y2K to crash something,
will have my
and it wasn't
revenge.
something important.
Yeah.
I'll be back.
There might that might be a game that's gonna be on the list. And guys, I am working on the lists. Those are gonna start coming this week. A lot of people would bug me on like Christmas. No, even before Christmas.
Give me the list,
Like,
Joe.
where's the list, Joe? Everybody's putting out lists. It's like, well, first of all, I wait until December 31st, right? January 1st is where then I go back and look because I want to give games, the benefit of let them come out. Like the Game Awards had, Super Smash Brothers on there, even though that was the previous
Well, if
year.
that
because of the
continues,
beginning
just send them
of
the list. It's like, there's a list. Bye.
No,
That's what
that's
you
not
wanted?
fun.
Take it.
That's not fun.
There it is.
Hell no.
Plus,
no.
yes, you have to give
So I've
OJ time
started-
to. You have to chain him to the desk and make him play some of these games.
So I've started on that. So you get the best list, then you get the worst list, and you'll get even more lists this year. We're gonna do some more lists.
Oh.
So with these guys too. So
Everyone loves lists,
but
and
my
bullet
traditional
points.
lists plus some more lists with these guys. So stay tuned for that. They're gonna start coming out at the end of this week, and then going into the additional weeks
filter
because
out.
there's actually not a lot in January.
Yeah.
There's Kakarot, DBZ. We're gonna cover that, but not a whole lot of other releases, which we'll be covering with impressions.
This is a big year, though. There's gonna be lots
yeah.
of stuff.
What else?
So Respawn's Vince Zampella is going to lead DICE LA. So Zampella is super famous. Co-founded Respawn,
Yeah.
which brought us Titanfall and Apex and Jedi
That's the
Fallen
guy
Order.
that they were awkwardly interviewing before Jedi Fallen Order came
Yeah.
out, and he's like, "Yeah, it's coming."
Yeah.
Okay, bye.
But he also co-founded Infinity Ward, and so that's for the Call of Duty franchise. So this guy's got huge resume, and he's coming into DICE LA. He's taking over that branch. They're going to rebrand, and they're going to actually, for the first time, start working on their own games, because most of the time, DICE LA has been kind of working under DICE EU and working on some of these EA projects, but now they're going to work on their own stuff.
DICE LA is shutting down.
It's not shutting down. He's taking over the company, going to
Rebrand.
rebrand it. So they're just going to stamp a new name on the building, probably keep most of the staff, and start working on their own games.
Okay.
So is it safe to say things are gonna get dicey? Yeah. Get it?
Less dicey.
Things
No.
are gonna
No
get
joke, 'cause
dicey.
they're shutting down DICE
Dicey.
and then doing a new. I see what you're doing.
Yay! You get a Jason Garrett.
Let me put a little gold star there. Yeah, we need gold stars for Other Joe. New idea. Gold
Done.
stars for Other Joe. I have to
would
buy
love
some
that.
gold stars. And you might earn up to 3. We'll see what the record Joe gets. Stop it. Okay, I got it. I got it, Joe. Here you go. This is going to be a new thing. There you go. For that joke,
Yeah.
gold star. 1.
I'm gonna
Great.
get 7.
1.
Now
Gold
I
star
gotta
count
make it my
1.
mission.
To be covered in gold stars. Anyways, what were we saying?
Okay,
Alex?
so we got the year-end numbers for the video game industry from Superdata. So the video game industry generated $120 billion in 2019, $64 billion in mobile, $29.6 billion in PC, and $15.4 billion in gaming consoles.
That's a lot of
it's
money.
Huge. Free-to-play games accounted for 4 out of every $5 spent on digital games in 2019, thanks to strong performances from mobile games, which is insane. People like OJ keep playing mobile games.
No.
Fortnite clinched the top spot for the second year in a row. Fortnite itself generated $1.8 billion. Take the sticker away. Stop playing.
No.
Fine.
I don't play, what is it,
And
Candy
then-
Crush and all this? No.
Yeah, but
Does
I've seen you play
contest
mobile
of champions, but he doesn't spend money.
It's true.
Doesn't
he
spend
said
money.
he doesn't
But
spend
you know
money in
what?
front of us.
Look. I don't mind if he spends a little bit of money. When you're playing a mobile game and it's good and you're having fun,
Yeah.
there's no problem. But don't do no $1,000, because that shit
No.
could get fucking manipulative and stuff.
Yeah, exactly. VR revenue climbed 26% to $6.3 billion. I don't know what games they're playing because there's nothing like you. There's that one archery game. I guess some of the horror games on VR
There's some good horror ones,
are
yeah.
fun, but they're just jump scares. And,
Beat Saber, son.
No,
No, VR's getting better.
It is getting better. I just don't think it's there.
Yeah, I don't think it's there yet. Maybe I do think Oculus. What is it? The
Quest?
comes
Quest,
close, but
Yeah.
it's not powerful enough. It needs to be more powerful. So do that
And
package
wireless.
more powerful. Wireless.
Yeah,
that's what it
that's-
is.
But
That's
it
what
loses power when
Right.
it doesn't
I know.
have the wire in it.
Yeah, you have to plug it in to make it more
But they have a whole
powerful.
game, like, for you. Alex is coming out.
Yeah, yeah. So it's like Half-Life
You have to?
1.5,
Half-Life Alex.
and
You have to
I want
play it.
Half-Life 3, and I don't give a shit
Yeah, I
about
don't
VR.
give a
No.
shit.
So no.
Too much.
Yeah. This was actually, so it's a good sign because this year was super, super weak for video games. Like, think of like the big AAA games that came out this year, and we got, compared to last year.
Yeah.
Last year we had some
Yeah.
really, really big ones. We got Red Dead came out last
Yeah.
year. But
Next year's gonna be
huge-
this year, not
the-
next year. This year's
This
gonna
next
be
year
huge.
is huge because, I mean, we've got Cyberpunk, we've got Doom, we've got all these games that were supposed to be for the last year, and this year's going to be huge for the game industry. So really, really exciting stuff.
Yeah.
Fallout 76.
No, really? Okay,
Nothing-
wait.
Use your eye.
All right, here we go. We got a new Fallout story.
Yes.
Yeah, what is it?
Well, it's mostly good stuff. So we
No,
got.
it's not.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
well,
good,
kind
good.
of.
That's fine. We could use it for good
So
stuff too.
Bethesda had a blog post, Inside the Vault, Y2K Underground Details and Double XP event. So we got some, there's the Wastelanders is coming out, right? And they want to know what's the new content. And so you know what they're giving us? It's really exciting.
Okay, yeah.
A parking garage.
What's in it?
Cars. And maybe some bad guys. But it's a big parking garage. It's the underground. You know, it's like because you need to put the cars somewhere. So that's what you get to play in. So when the Wastelanders comes out, there'll be a really cool underground parking garage that you can explore.
Is that
and hopefully
it?
it's really, really big.
Is that it?
But that's all we've seen.
No way.
Little parking garage. When you tell me parking garage, I'm
what
thinking
now?
it's like, we got a little 10, 20 car parking garage. Wow.
Yeah, you did it. You did it, guys. So
It's gonna break.
Gold star, but there's a gold
It's
star.
gonna
but
break.
the
Yeah.
Parking garage story for the.
we still don't know when Wastelanders is coming out, but it says soon. So keep an eye
I'll
out.
give you a red golden star for that.
We'll make out.
Yeah.
All right, well, whatever.
Alex is gonna play it
So
with us.
NPCs and a parking garage.
Yeah, it'll be big though. It'll be
Cool.
fun. I'm sure.
it'll be
Look,
big.
I'm hoping that the reason that
Is it like a dungeon? Parking dungeon garage?
yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay. Cool.
I think he's lying.
It actually does look very large. Like, if we want to give it a fair shake, it looks like there's going to be a lot of new content. And maybe one of the reasons that Fallout 76 has sucked so bad in the base game is all of the people are working on the Fallout 6 Wastelanders, and they're going to, like, try to fix some things. And bless you. And so, hopefully, when Wastelanders comes out,
I
they
think
can
I'm
fix...
allergic to Fallout
Does it?
news.
Oh, yeah, too much of it?
Okay.
So I would love to see if they can kind of fix the game, because as much as the reason that we are so hard on Bethesda is we used to like Bethesda games. And so I want to see the game turn around.
I still like Bethesda older games.
Yeah.
Even though
They're not
you
living up
see-
to their potential. They're just like,
You see all the problems were there all
should
along.
be fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anyways, yeah, maybe this will be one good star in their favor when Wastelanders comes out.
But we have no idea
it's
when
just
that's
they've
gonna be.
made so many mistakes. It's like, do I even want to play that, or do I just want to forget about Fallout 76 and then just see what their next thing?
They're
Doom
staying
Eternal,
relevant.
I guess is.
Yeah, but they didn't
more
really-
ID. It's,
Yeah, they didn't have much to do with the
Publisher,
development.
yeah.
They published it. We got something loosely video game related I wanted to talk about. So Sony 2 years ago really wanted to push for their games to be turned into movies, because they have like actually great properties like Uncharted and Last of Us were one of these things that they wanted to make into movies. And so the Uncharted movie has been kind of in development hell for a really, really long time. So it just lost its 6th director. The 6th one just said, nope, I'm out.
And didn't one like Marky Mark wanted to be in? One
Well,
of
Tom
those or
Holland was
something?
actually cast as Nathan Drake, and that's actually one of the
Oh.
problems, because he's so popular and he's so busy that they can't figure out how to make everything work. And so,
This is trying to build a franchise on him.
yeah, I mean, he's hot right now, so everyone wants to.
Is young, so they can make plenty of movies off that.
The 6th director just quit. That
My
thing's gotta be
choice was
toxic,
Nathan
though.
Fillion, but I guess he's getting
He's
older.
Yeah, I mean, Nathan Fillion
Gotta
10
start
years
young.
ago. Yeah.
Would have been perfect.
Yeah, absolutely.
Fucking perfect.
Well, The Last of Us was actually announced a long time ago, and it was supposed to be led by Sam Raimi, who gave us one of our favorite movies of 2020. Actually, our favorite movie so far in 2020, which was The Grudge.
He was just a producer.
Yeah.
He did an AMA, but I didn't see
saw-
anybody talk shit.
There was one on
Really?
there that's just like, look, we don't blame you because you're just a producer, but this thing has like a 4%.
It was awful. Yeah.
It was terrible.
Yeah,
Well-
but it's still our favorite movie so far of 2020.
It's the only movie
But it's
we've
still
seen of
technically
2020.
our favorite
It is
movie.
not.
It's the highest rated movie we had this year.
No,
If
it's
they
not
need,
my
if they
favorite
need
movie
an
right now.
Ellie,
I don't care
I'd
if
be
I've
more
only
than happy.
seen one movie this year. It's
Yeah.
not.
I'll
my
send him my tape. Maybe he'll let me be Ellie.
Yeah,
No,
yeah,
I don't
yeah.
want to. I don't want to think about no, because then he's gonna make me dress up as Joel, and
Bam! There we go. Let's do it.
no.
You know, I think a Death Stranding movie would be kind of cool. I mean, wait a minute. The movie is Death
game,
Stranding.
yeah.
It's the
Yeah.
game, so
Yeah.
never mind. But you know,
That's
do
a-
something with Kojima, some original with Kojima. I think that he could put
I
together.
don't know if the
something real
general
cool.
public is ready.
Snatcher live action.
You just
That'd
don't
be
get it,
fucking
Alex.
I just don't
It's
get
too
it.
artsy.
F
Yeah.
you. I just think that I would like to start to see Sony movies. I really would.
Yeah.
I'd like to see Xbox movies. I want to see the Halo.
If they've got good
Neil
properties,
Blomkamp, you know, that I'm so interested in what he's doing. He dropped out of the RoboCop project. Now I'm no longer interested in it without him. So I don't know. We'll see. Video game properties might be the next. I think I'm onto something. the video game properties might be the next superheroes. You know,
Street
we're
Fighter.
seeing nothing but superheroes. We'll start to see nothing but video games because I'm always like, what could be after superheroes?
Blood Rain, remember?
Nothing.
It was
Just
perfect.
superheroes.
No, that was terrible.
movie
So
was great.
just like Marvel
Street Fighter,
movies
Mortal
were
Kombat.
bad before good ones came out, and now nobody can get enough of them. Oh, it's going to be the same thing. Video game movies were bad until
They're
a good
great.
one comes
I love
out,
them.
and then
Mortal Kombat Annihilation,
We'll-
so good.
oh my god, Mortal Kombat, excellent. Annihilation,
Dead.
Yeah, it was.
but in a good way. We all three of us
The
love
dragon
Mortal
fight
Kombat
was
Annihilation.
amazing.
I watch it like a good bit. Like it's just
Yeah,
it's
once
guilty-
a month he
what's-
watches
it's a
Mortal
guilty
Kombat
pleasure.
Annihilation.
Oh, it's terrible. But I love it.
But
But
turns
you
into
will
the-
die.
We turns into the thing.
Oh, I know.
Be
Good
careful
stuff.
with the footage up here, Joe.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we got like an interesting story this week. So Crytek, the developers of the Cry engine, which Star Citizen was supposed to be using, is trying to remove a lawsuit that they have pending against them. Now, this is a super weird story, so we're going to go back and we're going to explain everything. So in 2016, Star Citizen announced a switch from the Cry engine to Lumberyard, which is just Amazon's version of the Cry engine. It's like they call it a little fork of the engine. And what Crytek figured out is like, no, you didn't actually do that. And so they sued them over it, saying, look, you're developing 2 games. You only have license for 1 game because Squadron 42 is a standalone game. It's the single-player campaign to Star Citizen. So it's like 2 games. You only have licenses for 1.
I thought it was 1, but okay.
Yeah, CIG has clearly said that it's its own separate game. And so they're
In
like,
order
well,
to avoid legal liability
Yeah.
for the rest of the game.
so they sued them over it, and so they went through discovery, and they've been going through discovery for some time now, interviewing each other's staff and making sure. So Crytek was under the impression that Squadron 42 was supposed to come out sometime this year, and so the game needs to come out for them to have a case. It's like, well, we didn't put out a game with your engine
Because it's not out.
it's not out yet.
So they're waiting for them to release Squadron 42 in order to sue them.
Yes. And so they're saying we need to pull back our existing one because these guys are so far behind. Surprise, the Star Citizen people are behind somehow. They're so far behind that they're like, we need to push this to at least October. But then there was a lot of redacted information, and some people are believing right now that Squadron 42 may be delayed even outside of this year or the next year. That there's just so many problems with all of the things that they developed.
But I've seen the fucking thing.
Oh, I've seen trailers, yeah.
This fucking thing is done.
Yeah.
There's performances from people, actors that I love in sci-fi.
Oh, absolutely.
And they still can't fucking get this fucking thing done. But maybe, conspiracy theory time, maybe they're purposefully delaying it because they know the
Once they
guys
delay it,
wants
they'll
to
sue 'em.
sue them and once they release it. Is it released yet? No. Aha.
Yeah.
Aha. But what about the players, Joe? You don't give a
They
shit
already
about
have
the players?
they already have their $45 or whatever Squadron 42 costs. Like, they don't.
Aha. Aha.
Man.
Can't sue me if the game's not out. Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Wait, no, come on. So now does that mean that Squadron 42 is going to be infinitely?
We know it's going to
delayed?
be delayed for several months.
Okay.
And so one of the
That's coming out in 2020 is what they've said?
yeah, it was supposed to
Ooh,
come
shit.
out
Okay.
sometime this year, and now they're going to
Okay.
push it back even later.
To
But so-
October, probably falling out of 2020 into
Me.
2021.
yeah, so Crytek's filing pointedly mentions CIG's internal uncertainty over whether Squadron 42 will, if ever, see the light of day. And that was
If
something
ever, don't say that. I've seen it
I think it's
exist.
coming out. I just think it's going to take a long time. And if they were using the Cry engine when they were supposed to have switched to Lumberyard, they're going to have to go back and fix everything or come to terms with Crytek and say, look, we're going to still use your thing. Here's the licensing money. But it's kind of a messy
What
thing.
a fucking mess. Where's my Star Citizen card?
Didn't
Joe,
you throw it away?
Did you
No,
throw that
throw it
away?
It's on the
I'm
floor.
waiting!
Yeah, you're never.
Now
gonna-
you have 2 things to be waiting for, right?
No, I mean it's always been two. It's always been one thing, but they're making it 2 things so that they don't get sued.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. I don't think we're getting anything from them this year.
It's
Maybe
just been
next
a
year.
single player component and then the multiplayer.
But that's what I want to
component.
play. I want to play the single player because that has Mark Hamill,
I
and Gillian
thought
Anderson,
that we would be playing
and
the
John
single
Rhys
player
Davies.
component before the big, massive, completed multiplayer component. But honestly, it's the other way around because we've been playing alpha after alpha of multiplayer components, and the single player has not seemed to materialize.
Yeah.
Oh my God! I would have never thought. Would have never thought it got to this level. way back in the day I kickstarted it.
No, it's 2012 is when they started, right? So we're 8 years later.
I don't remember.
I think it's
What year is it?
yeah. We don't. It's 2 minutes too long away. CES happened, and we talked a little about last week of like potential reveals, and we did get the big.
Whoa, guys, sit down. Sit down. Are you sitting? You're sitting.
I'm sitting.
You're
Yes.
sitting. Okay, you ready?
Big PlayStation reveal.
Dun, dun,
Whoa.
dun, dun, dun.
Which
That's
there,
the,
right?
oh here the logo.
Yeah, we got the logo.
We got the
Yeah.
logo, but smart people would know we already got the logo in the Game Awards. When there like a trailer that came out,
Yeah,
there was a little
something.
logo
There was a
there.
little on the bottom.
So I knew it, motherfucker. I knew it. The day was check the tape. Did I look at you like this? Where it's like they're going to possibly reveal the PlayStation 5 at CES. Nobody watches CES.
They
no
did reveal
gamers
it.
watch CES.
Yeah.
There was a few people who were like, "Oh, son of a bitch! I waited all day for this."
You said the future was coming, and you gave us nothing.
That was fun. You dropped the futures,
Yeah.
not you, Sony.
Sony's.
So they gave us not just this, Joe. This better have been here the whole time, right? Not just this, but this. This is the slide that has the features.
Oh, yeah, they did confirm a couple things, right? We know that there's going to be ray tracing, 3D audio, haptic triggers, as fast SSD.
SSD.
And then
Yeah.
other stuff.
Backwards compatibility.
I didn't
with-
read backwards
Wait, you're right.
compatibility.
You're right. Okay.
So I don't want to report on that.
I don't.
It
What
could be.
I think there
You
will be
think.
backwards compatibility with
Yes.
the PS4, and what their big mamma jamma, their big explosive, headline getter would be if they can make it, backwards compatible.
All they have
with
to do to beat Xbox is come out with games.
well, they've already been doing.
Burn,
that.
Yeah,
It's just
already
like, yeah.
been doing
Well, it's
that.
like all that's the tagline. It's like PS5. We actually have games.
we have games.
We have
Yeah.
games.
So what are you gonna do with your Xbox? It's like you can watch Netflix. It's like.
That's a
you're
good
go-
tagline.
Thanks for those downvotes.
Well, yeah,
Alex,
that's-
from
Look,
the
I want Xbox to come out
people.
with stuff other than Sea of
Appreciate
Thieves and
you.
Gears of War 9.
Yes, we're with you. I mean, I used to be a huge Xbox. I want them.
You still have one. It's right there.
It's collecting
I
dust.
don't think that turns on.
No.
Somebody could have swapped it with a fake one because
Yeah.
I wouldn't have noticed because I haven't turned it
Because
on
there's
in
no
years.
games.
Well, there's games. It's just we do it on the PC now with the Windows
Yeah.
Play Anywhere thing. So, anyways,
we got other stuff at CES as well.
Bullshit. Nothing at CES. What?
Well, so
Sony's making a car. Did you see that?
Yeah.
Oh, electric car.
did you see the
That
TV called the
rolling in
Wall?
over here. No.
There's a TV
There's-
the size of a wall.
That's
Whoa.
just
It was like
Crazy.
280-inch TV.
Yeah, that's probably like $150,000.
Well, there was a $60,000 LG OLED TV that all it does is roll up when you're done watching it. It rolls up.
you put in your pocket. On
Well,
the
it's
go.
it's still like this big, but it
Okay,
it,
I don't know
it
where you're gonna
rolls
put
up
it.
for $60,000.
Yeah. Cool.
Alienware actually did put out something really cool. It's a concept, and it looks kind of like the Nintendo Switch, and it runs Windows 10. It's got a
Yeah, I saw the things you can.
yeah, and so it's got like removable. It looks exactly like a Switch Pro, and
They're
they're
just
saying
copying this.
yeah, pretty much they're copying. And look, it's just a concept, but they did build one. It runs Windows 10. It's got pretty decent hardware, and it's going to be able to you can take the things off and play it on a monitor, or you're going to be pretty much is exactly a Switch. So that was kind of neat.
PC Switch.
It's like a PC Switch, and then
Okay. No price on it.
Speaking of mock-ups, I think it was AMD just admitted that they kind of fucked up and showed the back of the Xbox Series X.
They had
but that
a-
it was fake. They don't really know if
they had an incorrect render that they copied from a different website, and so they pulled it. They're like, "Oh, this is what the back looks like," and that's not at all what the back looks
it's
like.
not confirmed.
Yeah.
But who knows? Maybe it might actually look like that. But people are like, "Oh, so the Xbox has this port and this port and this port and this." Nope.
No.
We don't really know actually right now.
We have
what that
no
little,
idea.
Refrigerator tower is and how many soda cans it can carry inside.
No, I thought the soda can is the PlayStation because it's shaped like the drink holder.
No, it's not gonna be shaped like that. There's not gonna be a fucking headrest.
Yeah.
It's not
That-
like
you got a
that.
PS5.
I got one right here. I'm telling you, it ain't gonna look like
I
this.
know, but
or my name is Dirt. Joe Dirt. Better not do that, Sony. I don't want to
Laugh.
be
That would be
Joe
hilarious.
Dirt.
Right? He's like, well, Joe Dirt now.
Yeah, they can't change it now. They've already probably
Angry
made a bunch
Joe,
of them.
the Dirt Show. Joe Dirt Show.
The Joe Dirt Show.
No, it ain't gonna be no V or U.
You don't think so? What about an O? It's got a little hole in this center.
O box.
Yeah.
Oh. No,
It
that's.
makes that noise too.
Oh. Turn it on. Whoa! I don't know if I want to touch my console. Oh.
Your mom's like, "What are you doing in there?"
Oh. Oh, we better copyright that shit right
Done.
now. The Angry Joe Show O box
We have
coming soon.
I don't want to
Sony.
be related at all to the. You have to Google O box and then Angry Joe Show. It's just our face. It's like ew.
It'll warm whatever you need to put in the middle. So that's it. If you guys want to, consider supporting our join button or our Patreon, YouTube membership or Patreon, we would appreciate it so very much. Forming that backbone of the Angry Army and that memberships, so we can keep creating the content the way we want to create the content for as long as you guys will allow us to do it and are interested in
60.
watching, and add a bunch new things too. So I'm really looking forward to that. We've got a lot of ideas for 2020, new shows, new content from these guys, me, all sorts of good stuff. And just know that this is kind of a new adventure for us, and I'm working on the top lists again. Those top lists are coming.
They're coming.
And the bottom lists.
It's just this whole separating
reminding.
from my managed channel network and getting all my videos demonetized that took precedence. So I had to fix and solve that, and then set this up and do this right so that we can launch this. So those are coming at the end of this week and going into the other weeks.
Yep.
All right, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and we appreciate your support, and we'll see you on the next Angry Joe Show.
Bye,
guys.
guys.